another episode of Sweet Teas and Door Keys. Today we're going to give you 5 tips on how to get your home ready to put on the market. So the first tip that we're going to give you is to go ahead and call a handyman. Get the handyman out to fix things like squeaking doors or broken appliances or leaky faucets. You want to go ahead and get all of those things taken care of before listing your home. If you don't happen to have a handyman, call Molly or I. We have them in our back pocket, so we can go ahead and share that information with you. And while I'm thinking about it, go ahead and check out all the lamps in your home. You want to make sure that they all work. So whenever you have showings and buyers come to your house, you want to make sure that they're all working and that they're on. Go ahead and have an extra supply on hand so you have extra bulbs that you can quickly change them out. So as we prepare for tip number 2, I'll give you a hint. Molly, what you got for us on tip number 2?
Thanks, Val. So our next tip for the 5 things you should do to get your home ready for the market is to deep clean and declutter. So Valerie and I recommend that you just dedicate a Saturday and you can grab your Windex, Pledge, and a dust rag and just get it done and get it ready for the market. Or if you don't have the time and you want just a really, really great job and you don't trust yourself, Valerie and I know some great companies that do a great job. They clean the baseboards, they clean the ceiling fans, they dust the blinds. They just do an exceptional job. So let us know that if you need those contact information. And then also another thing is to declutter. So we really recommend that you just put stuff away, like make sure that the shelves are just really neat, that they don't have much on them, because you want buyers to picture their stuff on the shelves, not your stuff. So you can just put it in a basket and put it in the top shelf of your closet. You can put it in a drawer, or you can do anything that just kind of gets it out of the way and out of sight. And then, you've also got pictures. I'm sure everybody has pictures around the house. Valerie, what do you think about pictures? Should you leave them out or should you put them away?
So what is my opinion of photographs? Obviously, I love them. I have my family photographs all over the wall. But tip number 3 is depersonalize. So oftentimes what we tell our sellers is to go ahead and take these off the wall, take them off the tables, go ahead and just put them away. When buyers come into a home, this is very distracting. The first thing they want to do is just go to these photos to see if they know someone or if it's a friend of a friend. So it's a little distracting, and we want buyers to come into the home and see their stuff in your home. So we just ask you to go ahead and just depersonalize right off the bat. Do you have to? You don't have to, but we just strongly encourage it. Come on upstairs. So here's another example of some pictures on the wall that could possibly be distracting. We would advise for these to probably come down. You can see this is obviously a themed room for a boys' room, and we had a big paint scheme going on here, but we would probably suggest that it go to a more neutral theme. Molly, what is your take on paint?
What do I think about paint colors? First of all, clearly I would need to depersonalize this wall, so just kind of ignore it, guys, because I've got a ton of pictures. But anyway, back to paint colors. Obviously I'm standing in a purple room right now. We've got a dark purple trim and then light purple walls. All I wanted as a kid was a purple bedroom. It made me feel magical and like a princess, and I loved it. And most kids love themed rooms with their favorite colors or a checkered wall, anything like that. And that makes total sense when you're living there and you want to paint your kid's room and you want it to be perfect and exactly what they want. But when you're packing up and leaving, then it might be better to paint the room a neutral color so that way it's a fresh face, so when the buyer comes in, they can see what their kid will want, or what they want to make that room, what theme they want to make it. So it might just be better to give it a fresh face. But if you don't want to paint right away, that's okay. You can wait. And Valerie and I like to say, if we start getting a lot of feedback that says, that room, really we got distracted by the paint, it was a little too much, then maybe we'll discuss painting it after that if you don't want to do it right at the beginning. But that's just kind of our thoughts. And Valerie, what else would make a home stand apart?
Great question, Molly. What would make a home stand apart? So our fifth and final tip is staging. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the mantle. I have a blank mantle here. I just have a barn door in the background, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick staging tip, I guess, to kind of tell you what I would do as far as staging is concerned on the mantle and when you're decorating your home. Try to stage your home sparsely, I guess is the best way to put it. Make sure that whenever you put pieces out, that you put pieces out in threes. I like to do, if I'm going to do 2 candlesticks on one side, I might balance it with one on the other side. Odd numbers is a good way to balance it with the eye. It makes it aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So what I do on one side, I'll balance it out on the other. I may go ahead and put like little pots out. Since it's spring, I'll go ahead and decorate a little bit more for spring. I might put little birds out like so. You can get ideas. I know a lot of you watch HGTV, and that's fine. So you can get some cute little tips from HGTV. I know that Target, a lot of places have really cool little props that you can use. I think I'm gonna just put him right here. But you can kind of see how we've got that, the eye goes out. It's more balanced. As far as the rest of your home goes, you may want to, I guess the best tip is just remember that less is more. So make sure that you take down a lot of the clutter. I'll also tell you that if you have big pieces of furniture, they can make a room look smaller. So take away some of that bigger furniture and just keep a fewer pieces in there. That could open up a room, which is a great tip. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this little sign here, so you can kind of see how that draws your eye in. I've also added a few little twinkle lights down in my fireplace. That just gives the ambiance of warmth. If you have a fireplace, we don't light that in the spring, so I just put some little twinkle lights in there. Also, another tip is to make your home smell nice. Scents are very important. So you may want to spray a citrus scent, or a cinnamon scent is a nice aerosol to when a buyer comes in, just to give them kind of a warm, cozy feeling. And so that's our tips as far as staging is concerned, and hopefully that's helpful to you. And I hope you enjoyed our 5 tips about getting your home ready. The last thing I want to tell you to do is to put some fresh flowers out. That's always a nice touch in the kitchen. Yellow is a great color. It's a happy color. And I hope you'll continue to watch our episodes. We really appreciate you joining us for Sweet Teas and Door Keys. Come on back. Join us for another episode. We'll bring you more tips ahead. Thanks, guys.
Well, that's all she wrote, y'all. Cheers, Val.
Here's Molly. Lord willing and the creek don't rise.